Hi. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley in Camarillo, California. We're so happy you're with us. I am the senior minister here, Reverend Pam Geagan, and my one fan. and we bought that. We paid for that. Anyway, so this is who we are. Welcome. And now it's my honor to introduce our wonderful Reverend Lynn Santa, Mrs. Claus, up on stage. Yay!
Good morning. Oh, that was average. Come on, guys. Good morning. Yay! We got it, right? That's the gift, right? Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Pleasant Valley. Our vision is awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And the way that we do that, especially right here, is teaching and demonstrating spiritual principles for living a fulfilling and abundant life in a welcoming, compassionate community. And we have our candles, flames of faith, that represents our relationship with all religions. There's that one fine thread that runs through all religions: Buddhism, Sufism, yell them out. Christianity, okay? Well, yell them out. And that one fine thread that runs through all religions, and that fine thread is love. We are love. We come from love, and we honor the oneness within us all. And so now, on this very full day, it's my pleasure to introduce Rev Pam back with this wonderful quote.
Oh, and so this is from our wonderful Betty Ann, who is always with us. And so I ask that we read it together, if comfortable. I look forward to this glorious day. I express who I am in joyous, positive ways. I follow my inner star. I am a shining example, love and light. I follow my inner voice, always knowing that I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. It is my birthright to share in the abundance and prosperity of the world. I open new doors to life and express gratitude for all that is. I create my life by every thought I think. And yay! And now it is my time to introduce Daniel Nahmod song, and it's called Love Song. And I'd never heard this before, and Marcia found it. So thanks, Marcia.
Sacred love is all that Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy, God. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, God. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
Affirmative prayer. Good news. It's close. And in this presence, I am aware of love in this room. I'm aware of community, creativity. There are great artists who bring us so much music and love, talent. Everyone who makes this wonderful service happen. I'm aware of this community right now, everyone here, that shares a vision with Reverend Ham. And so let's share this vision that today, in my oneness with Source, I am open during this service, open my heart and my ears and my mind, my entire whole self is receptive to new ideas or old ideas seen differently. I'm open and receptive to all of that. And I'm open and receptive to the love of this community. And knowing that during this service today and afterwards, we will all openly, verbally share our affection and love and appreciation of each other. Feel this so strongly right now as I open up this room and our consciousness now for a wonderful, wonderful spiritual service. I'm so grateful for these loving truths. I let Divine Mind take care of the details of how this morning unfolds as I enjoy this beautiful, extraordinary service. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is. You've all heard this. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Thank you, Reverend Lynn. And here we are on the second Sunday of December, and Christmas is now just 2 weeks away. Rev Pam's lesson today will be one we'll remember, and I'm excited to hear what she has to say. The journey of beginning will glow like an ember, and now hear the announcements for today. At 7 p.m. on Thursdays on Facebook Live, our midweek spiritual uplift will boost your divine drive. Rev Pam is the host, so please do join us for this reason. Her uplift title is Finding a Piece of Peace for this holiday season. Next Sunday, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here with a Sunday service filled with Christmas cheer. They are not real ministers, which might seem a bit odd, but they both know and flow with our oneness with God. So plan to be with us for next week's Sunday session. You will feel Christmas gifted by this uplifting lesson. At 4:30 p.m. on the fourth Sunday of this month, Lisa Coffey will be hosting a class you will want. The wisdom of Vedanta enlightens our lives, thereby ensuring our divine purpose thrives. It takes place December 26th, live on Zoom. Her guest and her theme will be announced soon. You can tune into Lisa after our Sunday lesson. Constant Contact has the Zoom link for this uplifting session. When you entered today, you may have come through that door, which gave you a chance to see our bookstore. There are great gifts and books there, so please come and explore. And the price is just right for everything in the store, so you can talk to Savina to learn even more. Keep in mind that our center is here for you, so please let us know what we can do. The spiritual treatment that we provide will reveal your perfection and allow you to thrive. You can always leave a request by phone or send us an email from wherever you roam. How wonderful it is to gather here live in our center that is dedicated to help us all thrive. Your loving donations keep our center going, so we can be here to keep your wellness flowing. Later we will list the online ways to give, so please donate here today or from wherever you live. 2 other places where you can lend a hand. Please do give them whatever you can. Ventura County Rescue Mission provides the homeless with much good, and the Ventura County Food Share feeds the needy in our hood. A reminder that our center is part of Ralph's Community Contribution Program. A portion of whatever you spend at the store gives our center a small donation or more. So please do sign up or simply renew, and Ralph's will contribute at no cost to you. Our center's code number is JE859. You can sign up at the store or you can do it online. Another way to help our center for a while is to shop online using Amazon Smile. When you complete your purchase for the items you got, it donates to our center right on the spot. And finally, Christmas is now just 2 weeks away, and Santa's reindeer are all ready to play. That ends the announcements for today. Next up is a video that we will play. Planting Seeds by Daniel Nahmad with Nemo Patel. You'll enjoy it because it rings your spiritual bell. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Enjoy.
Spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around. will die. Whatever works will work. Whatever flies will fly. Whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like your whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it, not interested in the clay pots and mold it, or sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go it overflows with no credit to take, cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sowed, and when the seeds are true then they're seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does you just smile cause now you know.
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. Let the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around. Whatever grows will grow. Whatever dies will die. Whatever works will work. Whatever flies will fly. Whatever fails will fail. What's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows
Yep.
will grow.
When it grows it grows,
Whatever dies will
and when it dies it dies. Come on,
works will.
if it works it works.
Whatever flies will.
Let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
When it fails it
What's meant
fails,
to soar will
and
soar.
when it soars it
I
soars.
am planting seeds.
Whatever
grows will
Let it grow, let it
Whatever
grow.
dies will
If it dies it dies.
Whatever works will.
And when it works it works.
Whatever flies
Yeah,
will fly.
let it fly, let it
Whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it
I am planting seeds
and nothing more. Dies it dies. When it works it works. Yeah, let it fly, let it fly.
fails will fail.
Fails it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it soar.
I am planting seeds
and nothing more.
You know, when you smile, it just helps someone to know that you're cared about and that you love them.
And, and now it's my honor, because it's my honor, just in case you got lost in the program here, to honor someone who has already planted wonderful seeds of music in all of our hearts. Alberto! Yay!
Thank you.
The first song that I'm going to play today, it's a song from the 17th century, and it's called Bridget Cruz, who was a little girl that Mr. Turlo Carolan, the famous Irish composer, fell in love with when he was a little kid. But she was a noble girl. She came from a noble family. And Turlo Carolan was a very poor man, so they could have never gotten together. But he never forgot this little girl, and even though he became blind when he was 18 years old of smallpox, he wrote 3 songs to this little girl, what he remembered as a little girl. And so here it is, Bridget Cruz.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all here with your bright, smiley faces. So I'm Pamela Bailey. I'm one of the practitioners, the lead practitioner here. So will all practitioners and ministers please stand? Well, and we have one in the back, of course, Marcia, who is our technical genius. She's expressing her spiritual highlights back there wonderfully. And Reverend Pam, would you? I'm Reverend Pam. Thank you so very much. And as Reverend Pam always says, we study for such a long time to learn how to pray affirmatively with you. And that is accurate. And all ministers in this teaching actually are first practitioners, because the power is in our alignment with that one. And we learn actually how to get ourselves out of the way and do that. So thank you, everyone. And so today we're talking about birth and rebirth on the journey of becoming. And so this month's theme is that journey of becoming. And so there's lots of things one could say about that. And what I would like to say is, here we are right now becoming. And that's really all we need to know. So I have a couple of quotes along this line. And one of the things that I just wanted to mention is this is the time where the days are growing shorter. And of course, all of us this morning were surprised at how chilly it was. It is winter time. Well, not officially yet, not till the 21st, but it's cold, it's supposed to rain, and it is that time where the darkness comes and we have the solstice, the winter solstice, and that's a time for being inside, being warm, and looking inside and slowing down and reassessing and looking at what is it that we want to let go of and what is it we want to step into in that new year. And the thing is, when we get clear on it, it's great to share it, because when our community knows that's what we're up to, then they're going to support us in that. And this is a wonderful community, so we love that you're here. So my quotes are, the first one is from Eckhart Tolle. Years ago, he wrote this wonderful book called The Power of Now. And this is from that book. In holy waiting, all your attention is in the now. You are present with your whole being, every cell of your body. It is only now that you are truly yourself. And of course, it's only now that we actually live, at least in this dimension. So the second one is from Haven Trevino from the Tao of Healing. Quiet the mind, be still, and watch the breath of God rise and fall in all things. Allow God's breath to be your breath. Allow God's nature to be your nature. And last but not least, from Ernest Holmes, the founder of this teaching, we are not becoming this life, but are now in and of this life. There is no other life. God is not becoming, God is. God is not growing, God is complete. God is not trying to find out something. God already knows. And that's from the Science of Mind textbook. So now I would like you to join me in an attitude of prayer, whatever that looks like for you. And just let's take 3 deep breaths, just to allow ourselves to be here right now. And breathing in and breathing out, which is that process of life. One more, in and out. And in this very moment, this beautiful sacred moment, I know, not with my thinking mind, but I know with my very being, that God is all there is. And knowing that God is all there is, I can look around and just see the beauty and the power and the magnificence of life itself, and that is God expressing in this life. And as I experience that fullness, that beauty, that expression of life, I am so grateful to be one within it, to recognize that I, as that divine being, that I am a co-creator of my life experience here. And I can allow my divine wisdom, my divine knowing, that divine presence and power that is always there. I can just set aside all my little worries and all my yeah buts, and I can simply say, oh, this is God expressing right now. And as the wonderful Reverend Betty Ann said, my life is unfolding perfectly, no matter what. And so knowing that even if I'm not seeing it this moment, there is a perfection right here, right now, on this perfect journey of becoming. And on this journey, we have experiences, we get to know people, we have joys, we have sorrows, and it's all part of life, that magnificence of life itself, this moment right here, right now. And so knowing that I choose, I say, because I am that creator, that co-creator with God, and so I say that this is going to be the best day ever. And I know that it will be because God is right where I am, and I get to say, and I am so grateful for this teaching, for each and every person here, this wonderful community, and for life itself. It's a miracle. Each and every one of us woke up this morning. Isn't that something to be grateful for? I sure am. And so in that attitude of gratitude and awe at life itself, I release this treatment, knowing it is already done. And together we say, and so it is. And now, I'm not quite, and now the wonderful Alberto is once again displaying his musical genius. Thank you. Oh.
Thank you, Pamela. So the the next song that I chose, it's right on the spot with the theme for today, and it's called The Circle Game, and it's a song by Johnny Mitchell. So here we go.
was hoping for that song. I really was. I thought when you said, "Oh, I've got the perfect song," I thought, "Yeah, I hope it's that one." And in this circle of life going up and down, Alberto, after my talk, can you play one more song for your third song? Thank you very much. In my next lifetime, I'm going to be really organized. I'm coming back with this. Thank you. You're right. In this moment, I am declaring I am organized. Let's all of us say that. I am organized. And so it is. Woo. So I am talking about Samsara, which is actually the Hindu term for birth and rebirth. And it's not only found in Hinduism, but it's in Buddhism, it's in the Bible, it's in Shintoism, and so many other religions. And it means the wheel of life, more or less. In this, if you believe in reincarnation, I happen to, but many people throughout the world, it's actually much more popular than thinking that the soul goes nowhere afterwards. It's becoming more and more popular, knowing that in this circle of life that we are in this learning curve to remember who we are and come back to who we are, the divine within us, and on that eternal path of becoming and also coming back to the one. So in this circle of life, it is that beginningless, endless circle that continues to get us back into that place. And it's considered also the law of cause and effect. Karma, and we've all heard the word karma, and karma to us is usually that which we do to someone else will come back to us, whether it's good or it is less than life affirming, that usually that circle of life comes back to us. And all of the sages throughout the ages have said that there is something, and they've always written about it too, from Jesus to Buddha to Krishna to Confucius to all our poets, to all our writers and our music. What they say is that what you do unto others, you would like to have done unto you. So as you do unto others, you would like that same good to come back to you. And also, Jesus, love thy neighbor, love thyself, love thy neighbor as thyself, which means that you treat all on this planet at the highest and best that you can. In terms of spiritual development, karma is about what usually a person has done, is doing, and will do, and you will be rewarded, or I hate to word, or less than rewarded, or feel a loss of some sort, depending upon what you give forth from you, from that soul of who you are. And so it makes a person responsible. In that karmic law, it does make us feel responsible for what we are doing on this planet, the energy we bring to this planet as well. So when we think, what is the highest and best for all in all situations? And I always tell the story of the woman when I was first a practitioner, and you're just, getting your feet wet here. And the woman who comes to me and said, this was at another church, and they said that they wanted to end up with someone else's husband, and they were all in the congregation together. And I said, oh, and I said, well, I think he's happily married. And she said, it doesn't matter. He is the person I want. And I said, is it possible for the highest and best for all? And I don't know what the outcome is. I'm not the one that's going to say, no, they can't leave, or they can leave, or, that's not my job, as I say, just not my job. What I said is, let's hold the high watch for the highest and best in all the circumstances and all situations, knowing that if you find someone else with the qualities you admire in this other person, then that is when you will know that the highest and best is already laid at your feet, and it doesn't have to have a name or a body to it. We now know what you desire, and so that let's take that desirous nature and put it on something that is the highest and best for all. And again, who knows about that marriage? I mean, I didn't know, but I know that I wasn't treating for this guy to divorce his wife. I'll tell you that right now. So when we're on the fast track to paradise, in this karmic cause and effect cycle, The Bible's first commandments are what I go to, and it's well, not only the Bible's, but all the teachings, and it's you shall have no other gods before me. And it's not only, it's exactly what you said and everybody else said today. What is first in our list? It is divine source. You can call it God, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Confucius, whatever you want to call it. It is the thing itself that we turn to, that power that is greater than we are, that we connect with. And so when you turn to that, we know that not only did Jesus say this, Luke said in the Bible also, he said, love your God with all your heart and your soul. Martin Luther King said, keep your eye on the prize. And the prize for me is that divineness that is in and through and is greater than I am, that I can count on when I am at that crossroads. And on those crossroads, I always say, the Yogi Berra, when you're at a crossroads, take one. take a path. But it's also, how do we discern this? Also, Sri Chinmoy, one of my favorite Indian, mystics, I would say, said world peace will be achieved when the power of love of the divine replaces the love of power. So we go beyond that. We go into that divinity which knows that it knows that it knows. We were born with this immortal, incorruptible soul with an innate spiritual intelligence that lies within it. We are in divine alignment when we choose to come into alignment to the total access of the universal intelligence, for it's been built into us, into the factory, as I said, from that factory, from divine source, from God. It sounds so simple, but in case you haven't noticed, our souls inhabit these human bodies. And in these human bodies, what happens? Every little bright, shiny thing in my life, it distracts me and takes me off course. I want to go with that bright, shiny thing. And so when we think about our oneness, to come back, I also add in, to thy own self be true, to thy own unique self look and see, as you come back into center and see what is really the truth behind the beingness of who you are and that connectedness with the divine. Because many times we just have spiritual amnesia, I say. We get caught up in this third dimensional life that I've learned this long ago and far away. If you are in this body, in this third dimensional human body, you are so blessed, because it is one of the hardest karmic paths there is on this planet. This path is so difficult. And why is it so difficult? It's one of the few places where there is love and emotion. And what brings us up and takes us down is that love, emotion. And when we are on this path and making all those difficult choices, then this is the place to be, because this is where we deepen the emotion and the love, because love is God to me, and God is whatever you want to call it, the thing itself. But that is what is the power and presence that deepens us. Spiritual mind leads the way. The heart leads the way, and law makes the way possible. So anyway, in our heart, I said, your heart knows what your heart knows. I loved a story, and I'm not going to tell the whole story because it was long, but the story that Sue told last week, and it's mythical, and I know this. And she thought she got it from Barbara Marx Hubbard, but it's about when all of us were in the angel world, all of us were in the heaven world. And there was a huge, they said just like a balcony, you could see this balcony. And as they went, all the angels looked down upon the earth, this third dimensional, dense earth. They had everything in the heaven world, but all the sparkly things, all the great things, all the things that attracted them, they got off center. And when they went to the balcony, they fell over and became human. And that's and that's us. We are human. We are here to experience. I'm going to use this line again, Ralph. Your sister's back in town, which is great. I'm looking forward to seeing her. But we were talking about Betty Ann and Reverend Betty Ann, and in this, I said, she loved jewelry, and Carolyn said, doesn't everybody love glitter and gold? His sister said, and I said, yeah, it gets our attention. There's also the Lisa story. I always tell this story too. Lisa Coffey, who we love, all she wants, she told me many, many times, and then her teacher, Swami Sarvananda Wanda Wanda Danda Danda. I can never say his name. What is it? Honest to goodness, I can't. But anyway, Swami asked. Anyway, so in a class, I asked him because she said, all I want to do is do everything right in this lifetime so I don't have to come back. So I'm back at oneness. And I thought, I know that in our perfection, there is ignorance and desire that brings us down every single time. So I asked Swami S, not trying to put her on the spot, I said, what do you think about, is that a desire? Because he's, let go of your desire, as if. So anyway, in our humanness. But I said, letting go of your desires, like even the desire to not want to come back and do everything right. And he said, no. You're not going to make it back to the oneness because that too is a desire. And I feel so sorry for Lisa. I just went, oh. And I haven't heard her say that since. It's really funny. So not funny. Anyway, so in this holiday season, she is so incredible. But in this holiday season, especially after the last 2 years of being in this, what was a pandemic, and now we know is an endemic. And we are learning to change and live and be with all of that is happening right now in this season of light, in this season that we're coming up to planting seeds and going back to the circle of life. We have that ability, as someone just said, to change. We have the ability to say, I am organized. That's my priority on my vision board here. And Lynn and I are doing a visioning class together coming up in January. And so I want you, it's different than it's been done before, and I think you're going to really like it a lot. Well, I'll go back to that another time. Anyway, so in this darkest of seasons, we need not only our light to shine out, but also to create that knowingness of what we truly, truly desire. Hafiz the mystic said, all the talents of God are within you. How could this be otherwise when your soul was created from its DNA? We are part, and we are that cell and a cell and a cell and a cell. And that means all of the creative powers that we desire in our imagination and who we are right within us. And it's our job to shine that uniqueness, that unique fingerprint of God, because there's nobody else like you out there. You came to give your gift. And just like there's no snowflake, no grain of sand that has the same fingerprint, there is nothing on this planet. And with that fingerprint, your job is to shine that light out and bring your fingerprint out. Someone said to me, but how can that be? How can people keep coming back to Earth? And I said, well, they go other places. The soul doesn't have to come back to Earth. It goes other places. And they said, well, that doesn't make sense. There are so billions of stars in the sky, trillions. They don't even know. And we are one of those stars on this planet. We are, golden. We are 50 billion-year-old carbon or whatever it is. So in the teachings, we are honored to be here, and we covet that honor. And the poet Hafiz also said, there is nothing in your mind you have not invited in. There is no event in your life you in some way did not drive a hard bargain for. How many times have we held on to something that was not good for us, but we were not going to let that go no matter what? As we always say, anything they ever let go of had claw marks on it. So everything is spiritual, everything. And today, many of the appearances of the challenges facing us on this road to nirvana, as I say, because that's what we all want. We want to go back to the oneness like Lisa does. We want to go back to that high, that spiritual high, and you can get that in all sorts of ways on this planet Earth. But I'm guaranteeing you, if you go to the divine to connect to that high, you're never going to get any higher than that. No drug, no whatever distracts you No piece of jewelry, anything will not get you. For a flash in the pan, you may be happy, but to be connected. And so how do we connect? We know, just like we connect with all that ever has been and all that ever will be in our quiet moments. But just like our spirit, our Mother Earth has a spirit too. She is also right here, and I see it, and I just want to hold the people, by the way, in Kentucky and other places in our prayers today. They have never seen anything like this. And so in her divinity, and we are a cell and 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 a cell on our planet, and it is our job to help to keep her in balance. That is our job also. And how do we do this? We ask, what is the highest and best for the planet? What are we doing to protect the planet? What is mine to do? Because that's what she's asking for. And Mother Nature never loses, if you haven't noticed. She never loses. So we might as well go with the flow, so to speak. Because when we go with the flow and we take care of her, then we come back into balance. Buddha has said everything is connected. Everything, whatever you are experiencing now, is connected to, generated by, or in some way a response to all that you have already created. So the life you want to create has to flow from the place you are right now. Begin right now. Don't even wait till the first of the year for our visioning class. Start thinking about what you want to vision right now, because it can flow in and through and as you, beginning right now. Planting those seeds, like Daniel Nahmod, for that circle of life. And I always see life as that evolutionary circle that keeps going higher and wider out. As we evolve and we become wiser, are there ruts in the road? Yes, of course there are. But those are the things that help build our spiritual muscle. For we are made of the same material, the same stuff of the spirit of the world. We are unique and an integral part of everything that is happening in this life. And that revolutionary, evolutionary impulse of the world is connected to each and every one of our minds, our thoughts, our desires. And so how do we become open to figure out this mystery? Because it's all a mystery. I always say I love the mystery, and it's all a mystery to me. It really is in that search, and they always find more and more. The more things they find on planets and everything. Years ago, I started a kids series. I did finish a couple kids series. One was Hard Hat Harry's Real Life Adventures, for kids to learn about all sorts of things, farming, science, whatever. And I learned about Mars. And this had to have been, 25, 30 years ago. And on it, I remember that they went to Mars and they found water. And then scientists had thought, and this is a long time ago, if you just took a cup of water to Mars, it would all be lush and green within 75 years. All the oxygen would be back. And not the oxygen, whatever it is, carbon dioxide. You can tell I'm a scientist, too. So just listen to me for your science facts. So anyway, so be open to the mystery. Keep searching and knowing. And I'm so excited about all these missions now that are going into space. It's just amazing. So how do we become open to the mystery and learn more about the cause and effect and what paths to take so that we can do the shortcut straight to source, absolutely straight to source? What is the most powerful thing we can do? Got a guess out there? Shine our light, pray, meditate, and be at one. Pray and meditate. And the best prayer, the most powerful prayers come from the wellspring of your soul. I could tell you how to pray, what to say, but it has to come from your heart, your soul. So I invite you to go home and write your own prayer for the new year, your own manifestation. Because when you awaken to your spiritual core, you will find so much great that's waiting there to come through once you let go, empty, and give space for something greater, to plant that fertile ground for those seeds of right now to grow. Because we all have our own unique journey. So ask yourself the tough questions. Like, how can I create miracles in this lifetime? Give more love, prosperity, joy, patience, inspiration, and guarantee all the gifts of the Spirit will manifest in my heart, your hearts, and all hearts out there. We all love the outcome of the miraculous transformations. Miraculous transformations come at the cost of changing. How we don't like change, and yet change comes up to meet us all the time. It comes up in weather patterns. It comes up in the loss of a loved one. It comes up in a loss of a job. And yet, what is our job is to keep on keeping up, keep on keeping on. Don't give up. Your gift is still waiting to be unwrapped in even greater ways than ever before. And that gift, it all starts in your heart, your mind, working together with others, and allowing love to lead the way. For mind and law makes the way perfect, working together. So this is the old Ernest Holmes line. Change your thinking, and I guarantee you'll change your life. So let's do this with an I am. I am changing my thinking and changing my life, and I'm embracing all the good already flowing to me, to that pipeline right here, right now, in and through, and me and all. And now, Alberto, thank you. And as you say, and for my third song, you're thank you.
Well, thank you, Pam. Of course, I wasn't prepared for another song, but that's okay, because I just finished arranging a song. It's a Christmas song, and because I'm not going to be with you anymore before Christmas, so maybe you'll allow me to play a Christmas song for you that I just finished arranging. So here we go. There you go.
I don't know what this is. And then I took it like the second. Anyway, how lovely. And will our ushers please come forward now? And I need Oh, and so let us read our offertory together. And thank you all in this season for all your generosity of spirit. It is so wonderful to be in your presence always. So together, divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is, and that's the way it is. Thank you. And so as our baskets pass, as we come into the season of good, the season of light, our hearts are open and receptive for receiving all the gifts of the divine coming in and through and as us, expressing in greater ways than ever before. In this year of gratitude, I am so grateful for it all. As Buzz always says, for every single moment led me to this moment, and this moment is truly magical and mystical. In this energetic presence, planting seeds for a wonderful holiday season, a joyous new year, and a greater way of showing up on the planet in 2022. And I just give thanks for it all, and together we say, and so it is. And so now I would like to, as Buzz and Lynn and Pamela, and who else wants to come up here? Sandy, do you want to come up? Wherever you are, I guess not. And Nikki, you can come up too, Nikki, if you want to sing the peace song. And Alberto. Yay! Alberto. I just want to thank everyone for this service. This cannot be done. This cannot be done without all of you and more. So thank you so much. And together, thank you, Pamela, Buzz, Lynn, Nikki, Sandy, wherever she is, all of you for being here, Marcia in the back, and if I've missed, and Alberto.
Alberto!
Yeah. Anya, and we send you off. No. Foot and butt. No. Yeah. And so together, as we sing the peace song together. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I know it in my mind. I feel it in my body. I see it in my